So what's going on, everybody? This is Coach Reg, aka Mr. Intensity, and my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is you. Now I decided to make this video like on a whim. I'm just doing some work, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to make for the week and just prep my videos for the week. And it was an interesting topic one of my friends on Facebook had talked about, and I want to talk about a little bit because it kind of struck me at home. I talk about this daily. He said that a lot of black females are at black men, and a lot of black men are disrespecting black females, and vice versa. We don't respect each other. Now, I have said it for a long time that our culture has been pretty much obliterated. If you think we have a culture, you're wrong, because a culture would not be disrespected by so many other cultures like this for so many years. Like if you look at it, when somebody like us dies or anything like that, do you realize how much it doesn't really make the news? Or do you realize when somebody else gets murdered, how their culture back them and they go to war for them and they pay off politicians, all this stuff, It comes down to who has the money and who respects each other. And they see that we don't respect ourselves, that we don't invest in ourselves. Why the hell would they respect us? Let's keep it real. Like I saw when I was going through my nonsense in my business, how fast my own community of people try to destroy me. Like it was like fast. Like they try to, when we find a little bit of dirt on each other or try to find a flaw in each other, we go so hard on each other, like so hard. But when other cultures have the same issues, they don't do what we do. Now they go hard on each other, but they don't go hard like we go hard on each other. Now I always said that this happened back in with integration. Back in 1970s and 1960s, the black household were actually doing better than most other households. The incarceration was down. The marriage was up. The stability in the household was very, very rock solid. And when we integrated, we kind of lost that a little bit because that gave other communities to have our money. And we kind of lost our power. And about 50 years later, we are in 2017, literally with no culture, literally always under attack, literally the most disrespected culture and race there on earth when we once ruled this earth. Now, the question people always ask is, how did we get this far? Well, first the 70s and 80s, the crack epidemic, and that kind of destroyed us right there. And then the hip hop, and as we lost what hip hop really was actually supposed to save us. It actually became the biggest, one of the biggest weapons there was to destroy us. And pretty much with that, we constantly have things on TV, have things on radio that perpetuate anger and fear and murder and perpetuate a lower vibrational music, which give us the incapacity to become better than what we are. And we don't know. But each of us now and today, a lot of us are currently slowly stepping into our power, and it's not the rate that it actually should be, but a few of us are understanding that we need to step into our power of knowledge, step into our power of self, step into our power of health, because through health your brain will think clearer and you will see clearer, which is why my channel exists today, because I want you people to step into your power, because I want you to understand what you're living in today and the situation that you're living in today. And if you are afraid to step into your power, then you will always be who you are. And if you're not satisfied with who you are, then I can guarantee that you will not grow. I'm serious, you will not grow. I did a little experiment, y'all didn't know. I wanted to see how many people would step into their power if I said, okay, how about this, y'all? I'm gonna give you a product and I'm gonna sell it to you in bulk. And I wanna see how many of y'all wanna invest in yourselves. Now, a few of y'all did invest in yourselves, and I don't really care how many people invest in themselves, but I wanna give you the opportunity to take a great product and to invest in yourself. And not just with my product, with other things. As I talk about bettering yourself, you will understand that A 9 to 5 is not going to make you rich if you want to be rich, or a 9 to 5 is not going to make you financially free like you want to be financially free. It just is what it is. It's just not. Now, if you're making $30,000, $40,000 a year, maybe you're comfortable with that. But for those people who want to step outside the box, I challenge you today to whatever you're going to do, to invest in yourselves. One way or another, invest in yourselves. If you want to start your hair product, start your hair product. Shoot, start it. You know, and people say, well, what about my 9 to 5? Well, I always do things with a little bit of knowledge behind me. Do research on your products. Take some of that money from your 9 to 5 and invest into yourself. But most people are very afraid, and I can understand, because I was just like this. I had a business before. I used to sell vacuums for a living, right? Now, the vacuums, yeah, I sold Kirby vacuums door to door for a living. And I was very, very good at it. I sold, like, you know, people say, you know, you got to sell 5 months of 15 sales and you'll get a franchise. Now, that may sound easy to you, but these were $2,300 vacuums. And to me, I put in my head that it was just going to happen. They was giving away a vacation, some money, and I just saw the opportunity there, so I went ham with it, and I finally got my franchise. Now, I didn't really want a franchise because I didn't want to invest in myself. I didn't want to put the money into my space. I didn't believe in myself. It was always doubt there, and I really didn't want to work that hard. I just wanted to be under somebody else's structure where they already had the vacuums for me, where they wanted to knock doors, but I wanted the money. So being that I wanted the money, I had to go get a space. I had to pretend. So I pretended for a year to hire employees, and I just made the money, and just the profit all went to me. But I never really invested any money. And then when a situation happened, I lost custody of my kids, I lost love for what I was doing. And I said, forget this Kirby. But all the money that I made in Kirby was gone because I got the money and I spent it, and I didn't invest no money into myself. I bought a nice car, I was buying stuff, I was doing all kinds of stupid stuff, but I was never investing. And most people that are like us, when we get money in a business, well, what do we do first? What do we do when we get a lot of, what do? We go buy stuff, we go splurge, because we're called new money. But the other cultures, they don't do that. What they do is take that money and they'll invest it right back into their business. So I looked at what I failed at before, and I said to myself, if I ever got the opportunity again to invest in myself when I got some money, I was gonna do it, because I realized, and I watched people who were successful, and I said, I'm not going to spend all this kind of money on a bunch of nice things, nice cars, and not have any money in my account. What I was going to do is take this money and reinvest it into myself, because that's what everybody does that really wants to make it big in life. Now, a lot of you people don't think that you have the power to become what you really, what's really in your mind. But I'm here to tell you that it's in your mind for a reason. It exists in your mind because it's already yours. You just have to believe that's already yours, take the plunge, and move towards rapid action. Whether it's weight loss, whether it's more money, whether it's financial freedom, whether it's regaining your health back, whatever you want to do, the only barrier is your mind. And whenever you put doubt there, this is what I was learning from the law of attraction. Whenever you put doubt in your mind, it creates an invisible barrier that prevents you from getting anything that you want. But you have to lose that part of your mind, like that intellectual part of your mind that actually tries to figure things out and try to figure out how it's going to work. You got to lose that part and just move forward. The best advice I give my people when they start my programs, whenever they ask for advice, I always tell them to move towards anything that you're doing with rapid action, not wondering how long it's going to take, but understanding that it's going to happen and it'll take as long as it needs to take. People always ask me, how long will it take to hit my goals? How long will it take for this to work? I say, as long as it's supposed to take. As my wife, who's sitting over there, she always asks me, how long is it going to take for this and that and that and this and this? I said it's going to take however long it's supposed to take. When I took that advice, when I first heard it last year, this time, And I said, regardless of what happens in between now and me getting to my goals, I'm going to accept it. And I'm going to move forward to my goals. Regardless of how long it's supposed to take. That's when I finally went to the path of changing my whole life. Because I went with a different perspective on life. A different feeling on life. And a different move on life. And I understood that as long as I'm moving towards that, it will happen. I don't care what I have to go through, I accept it. I don't care who rejects me, I accept it. I don't care what adversity I take, I accept it. Now, I knew 3 years ago when I started Intensity that it wasn't going to be easy, but I had no idea how hard it was going to be. I started outside with free fit camps, then went inside and charged $5, then gained a little bit of credibility and charged $40. Then I gained some more and charged $100. Then I encountered massive amounts of adversity, but I never ever quit because I always believed that if I took a gamble on myself and I made previous companies rich, and I believe in myself that this person who is a millionaire, or this person who is a tycoon, or this person that I follow on YouTube bleeds like I bleed, here is here like I'm here, has spirit like I have, talks like I can talk, walks like I can walk. There is no difference between me and this person but sheer will and belief in myself. And when I understood that, I moved forward towards my goals with rapid action. And I'm here to tell you that no matter how hard it takes or how long it takes, you will hit your goals. It will happen. Now, somebody once told me in my comment section that these people who claim this third eye and law of attraction works for them, it doesn't work for other people. It does work for other people because I'm one of those people who actually work for. When I watched and I went to my quest for knowledge, I never quit. That was the difference between me and a lot of people. I never quit. And I can get, okay, a lot of people will quit. God damn it, yes. That's part of the game because it's not meant for everybody, which is why everybody doesn't have what other people have. Financial freedom, success, freedom from choices of other people. Like when I first got a franchise in Kirby and I got my freedom, I never wanted to go back. It was very, very hard to go back because I liked the fact that nobody told me what to do, that I'd have to wake up for nobody, that I'd have to listen to nobody, that I had to ask somebody to go on vacation, that I had to wait for a paycheck every week. After I got a little taste, I never wanted to go back. And I'm here to tell you that everybody has that power. Everybody has that ability. But the fact of the matter is you have to take the tools. You have to gain the tools. You have to learn from your experiences. You have to move forward to rapid action. You have to move forward with rapid, aggressive action. You have to be aggressive and understand that you got to know when you walk into it, I'm going to fail. You got to know when you invest that money, I could lose that money. You got to know that. You got to know that when you put the time in, that maybe a lot of that time that you put in, maybe 1,000 hours, nothing will come back from it but the experience that you gain from putting that time in, people. Listen, we are doing terrible as a culture, all right? A lot of us watch other people, other cultures, come into our communities and make bank off of us, but we say nothing. That's how weak our culture is. Let one of us go into their towns and start a business and watch how fast we'll be run out. That should show you right there where our culture is. All right? I walk around and I wear intensity on my shirt because I'm proud that I have something for myself and my family. And I want you to be proud of whatever you create for yourself and your family. I'm telling you right now, I sit here I went through pure hell. And I'm probably going to go through more. But I already accept what I'm going to go through. I accept it because it's part of it. And everybody great, everybody that did something significant in their lives outside the box of somebody else's structure and comfort and had to create it for themselves, went through trials and tribulations. It's all about if you're open to experience that. But I can guarantee you when you experience that and you go through the road, and that's going to be a rocky road, and when you jump out that parachute won't open right away. After you get get to the end of the tunnel or get to your first goal, because it's never a main goal. First goal, second goal, or third goal, and I'm going to keep on making goals because I never become complacent. I'm always going to be competing with the life and my barriers, and I'm always going to go as high as the sky can go until I'm no longer breathing. All right? If you do that and you get there, you're going to wonder what took you so long. All right? Do it. Don't be afraid. Besides that, this is Coach Reg, aka Mr. Intensity, and my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Your whole culture depends on it, and your children, and your family, and everybody's watching you, and it won't be easy. Hopefully that person is you.